Welcome to another segment of The Mortgage Minutes, brought to you by The Counselor's Corner. Here's your host, Cora Fulmore.
Hi. Today we will explore an option that is available to your borrower but not often used. It's called mediation. What is mediation? When would you use it? How does it work? And how should you prepare your borrower for a mediation session? The National Standards for Homeownership Counseling states that the counseling session should be tailored to meet the needs of the client. This means all options must be considered when working with your client, and mediation is an option that should be discussed. Mediation in some states is called foreclosure diversion. So let's get started and see how it can work for your clients. Mediation is the act of intervening to bring about a settlement. It's negotiating to resolve the differences conducted by an impartial party. Foreclosure mediation is when both parties, the bank and the borrower, comes together with an impartial person, a mediator. It is the mediator's job to help the parties open up the lines of communication and to try to reach a mutual acceptable settlement. So why should a borrower consider mediation? Mediation brings the borrower and the representative of the mortgage holder face to face. This gives the borrower an opportunity to state their case face to face with the servicer. For the servicer, your client becomes a real person with a real problem, not just a file on a desk. Mortgage lenders do not generally want to own houses, especially in the current environment. Lenders are willing to talk with borrowers about reasonable, practical solutions to bring about delinquency resolutions. If you think that mediation is an option that your client should consider, be sure to advise them to seek legal assistance when considering this option, because in most states, the agreed upon settlement for a foreclosure mediation is a binding agreement. So let's talk about the role of the mediator. Mediators are non-judgmental. They listen to both parties and provide assistance and guidance to move toward a solution. They help the representative from the bank and the borrower to focus on the important issues and understanding each other's interests. Mediators may suggest creative and innovative solutions for the parties to consider. However, they have no authority to impose an outcome or decide the outcome of a foreclosure action. Mediators are not permitted to give legal advice or to give financial advice. They also should not give recommendations for a desired outcome or make a final decision. Rather, they rely on the ability of the parties to reach a voluntary agreement without coercion. The mediator simply guides the discussion. All states offer some form of mediation. Some states even have court-ordered mediation. Prior to the foreclosure action being completed, the borrower is given the opportunity to request mediation. Court-ordered mediation is best used when your client has exhausted every effort to resolve their delinquency, but the lines of communications are still hindered. Your role is to help prepare your client for the mediation session, but always suggest that your client seek out legal help before going to the mediation session. They will need someone to represent their interests. So, how do you help your client get ready for mediation? The housing counselor's role is to prepare the borrower for the mediation hearing. It's important that you assess the borrower's loss mitigation options. This also includes considering the pros and cons of each option. By doing this, your client will know what options may or may not work. Your client should come prepared with a copy of their loss mitigation package, including updated pay stubs and bank statements. Make sure, though, that you advise the borrower to bring copies and not originals. You should prepare the borrower with a Plan A and a Plan B that will be presented at the hearing. You will need to work with your client so that going into the hearing, they will be prepared to discuss the option that best fits their financial situation. Now, this includes transition and retention options. Mediation is a tool that is important in the foreclosure process and one you need to be familiar with. I hope this information about mediation will be helpful to you. If you are providing housing counseling services to families who are facing the possibility of a mortgage foreclosure, it's critical that you stay abreast of industry changes. We will be providing additional information sessions like this one, and we have a schedule of our upcoming online classes on our website. I hope you can join us for more of these where we go more in depth with topics that are important to housing counselors. If you have a topic that you would like for us to address, please send us an email through the Contact tab on the website. Thank you for joining me today.